Hi, this is Susan Blue Robot from SusanBlueRobot.com. I'm here today to answer a question as to the snapping and why you use snapping and why you don't use snapping. And we'll get started. At the moment, I've got this on 1/4 of an inch snapping. I'll make it a 1/2 an inch snapping. Okay, and we're going to bring in wording. That will do. Okay, we go back to here. Now, if I was to want to make this word bigger, I can't do just a tiny bit bigger. The next size it's going to be is a 1/2 an inch bigger than that. And if I just want to do it, say 1/4 of an inch, it's not going to go 1/4 of an inch. It's only going to go a 1/2 an inch. This is because the snapping is on. Now, if I was to go down to 1/28 of an inch, I can do a very little bit up and down. Make it that much bigger, make it that much smaller, and so on. If I was on a 1/2 inch snapping and I wanted to do a tool in the inverse rectangle and I wanted to trim off so that the O and the two straight across for anchors, and I didn't think that was enough. If I wanted to go more, well, it's going to go another 1/2 inch down to the next 1/2 an inch line, and that's how it would cut. If I was on 1/28 and then wanted to trim, I could trim as much or as little as I'd like, and that gives a top bit and a bottom bit. The same with if I wanted to now enlarge that, I can go up and down as much as I like and move it up and down as much as I like. But if I had it on a 1/2 an inch, it would go each 1/2 an inch up to snapping. So now we'll go back to 1/28, and I'm going to put this on the bottom plane. And bearing in mind, when you put things on the bottom plane, you don't have them under the bottom and then go to the bottom plane, because it says it's already on there, but it's not. When you look from the side, it's under. So you always have your article above the plane that you would like it to drop to, and then you drop it to the bottom plane and put it in the center. Now we're going to make this higher. Now I'm on a 1/28 of an inch snapping over here. So I want to do an auto quad for the anchors. If this was on a 1/28, and I've zoomed in so you could see, and I want to do an anchor, it takes a bit to get, zoom in a bit more, so with this one, to get them both to go. So you do a test on this and you'll see I've got the blue one going the right way, and it's a lot of trying to get the dotted lines going both ways. Now, if I go an 1/8 of an inch, it's going to snap, but it's not snapping to the 1/8 of an inch on the actual board. It's snapping to the next closest thing to that 1/8 of an inch to give dotted lines. So that was so much easier than having it on 1/28, and I try to snap it to there and it doesn't go. So the best thing to do is, they say 1/4 of an inch or an 1/8 of an inch. I always do an 1/8 of an inch because it snaps quite crisply when it's on an 1/8 of an inch. And I move that mouse, undo's your friend, And there you have it. Now, the other thing is I want to mention, I've had 2 other questions about they're still having trouble even on 1/8 of an inch to see the dotted lines. If you're on, say, something with a red tinge or a blue tinge in the colour, it's going to be hard to see the dotted lines in the red, or vice versa. If you're on blue, people want to make them customized. Sometimes it's hard to see, especially when you're bush ranging to get your anchor, you can't see the blue. My recommendation is you have something that's fairly neutral, with no reds or blue undertones. So I usually stick to this grey, and it's so much easier to see the dotted lines appear. I hope this clarifies why you'd use the snapping or go back when you just want to do a little trim or a little sizing. You would change the snapping. The snapping does become very useful when it's making things the same size, or doing your auto quads and you want them, say, 1/4 of an inch. So this is, say, 1/2 an inch, and we'll start on a new one, and we go auto quad, it's on 1/2 an inch, and we do one here. Now I want the next one over here, I want that up 1/2 inch higher, and it just snaps. So there's no having to zoom in, and that you know that each one of these is 1/2 an inch above each other. So it comes in handy for that sort of thing. Now if I was to select all them, do a fold back, accept. There you've done, each one of them is 1/2 an inch above each other. So this has been Susan Blue Robot at susanbluerobot.com. I hope this helps and answers a few of the questions that are coming in on Pop-Up Card Studio. If you have any other questions, please don't hesitate to drop me a line or a question on the forum, and hopefully I will see it and get a video made. Thanks. Bye.